Joined our club in December of 2016, so he is a relatively new Toastmaster. And even though he has had some tremendous table topics, he doesn't personally think that oratory is one of his superior skills. In fact, he would say that he joined this club because he has no discernible speaking skills. And that was proven to him a number of years ago when he addressed his son's second grade class. The first question in Q&A, "Mr. Smith, why are you sweating so much?" And so he's going to try not to sweat this evening. He is looking to ratchet up his skills here at our club because it's so supportive, so friendly, and as he describes it, merciful. And I noticed that his table topics have improved. I believe his first table topic lasted about 25 minutes. I would say I've actually observed him getting to the green light on more than one occasion. His icebreaker speech tonight is entitled Table Topics Mulligan. Please give Andy Smith a warm welcome. Table Topics Mulligan.
In case you're wondering, the jacket is not for show, it's to hide the sweat. The question is this: Andy, what is your favorite Bible story? It's the kind of question that might be posed as a table topic question. You know, one of those deer in the headlight kind of questions. You don't know what the answer is and you just stand there and it's awkward. And not that that's happened to me, but I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to other people, and it's not pretty. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guest, thank you for coming tonight. The answer is, my Bible story is about when I was a young boy. And I would go to my grandparents' house all the time because they lived about a mile away. And as you walked in the door and walked up the steps immediately to your left, there was a family Bible. And it was always open to the center pages, which were the family registry pages. And those pages were filled with the names and dates of dozens and dozens of people that I had no idea who they were. And at that age, I didn't very much care either. Now, in 1991, my grandmother passed away. And the family went up to her apartment. And the idea was to clean it out. And as we were there, my aunt asked me if there was anything here that I might want. And I said yes. If there's one thing that I could have, I said, I would love to have a family Bible. And so I took the Bible home and I put it away. And that's where it stayed for about the next 15 years or so. Until about 10 years ago, when I dived into our family history, and out came the family Bible. All those names and all those dates, I didn't know who those people were, but I was going to find out. And so all I can tell you is that it's been an interesting journey. It's a journey that's taken me to Wisconsin, where I got to visit an old church where my German-born ancestors were married in 1873. And where I got to climb up to the second floor and ring the bell. That was really a lot of fun. It's a journey that's taken me to Iowa, where I got to visit a home that was built in the 1870s and belonged to my Irish-born ancestors. And it's a home that still stands today, and we still have family living there. And I was fortunate enough to be invited to stay there one night, and got to stay in the room of my great-grandmother, who I never met. And I thought that I'd kind of died and gone to heaven that night. I was so excited about the chance to stay there. It's also a journey that's taken me to Illinois, where I sought to find the burial spot for my great-great-great-grandmother, who died in 1854 and left behind 3 little kids and her husband. The problem was that the tombstone had snapped off at its base and had been moved to another location in the cemetery. And so the idea was to find exactly where that tombstone belonged. It was not an easy task. So there I was on this cool summer morning about 5 years ago, shovel in hand, digging dirt on the cemetery hill. with the permission of the cemetery caretaker, and also with the help of a local historian. And I can tell you that I thought we struck gold when we found exactly what we were looking for. I found where my great-great-great-grandmother was buried. It's been an amazing journey, and it's a journey that all began with this old Bible here. This Bible belonged to my great-great-grandparents, Joseph and Catherine Smith. If you look on the matrimony page, you'll see that they were married on June 11th of 1879, and I suspect that this Bible was probably a wedding present for them. It's not the most valuable of the Smith family Bibles, however. That would belong to Joseph's older sister, Belinda. And what made her Bible so special was that she had taken the time to write stories about the family in the Bible, including how in the 1850s, on a covered wagon, they went from western Pennsylvania to Iowa. The problem was this. Several years ago, during a move, that Bible was lost in transit, and nobody knows where it went. And it made me sick, because I knew as a genealogist how valuable those stories would be. I mean, they're lost for all time if we can't find that Bible. And so I set out to find that Bible. Well, how does a guy in Florida find a Bible that was lost in Iowa 10 years ago? It's not an easy task. But I had a plan, and the plan was this. Let's look on eBay. If you go on eBay, you'll find that there are hundreds and hundreds of old family Bibles for sale there. And as you go through them, you can also see, in many cases, who the Bibles belong to, what families, because those registry pages are filled as well. The thing is, in all the years that I've been doing this, looking through all these Bibles, I've never found a single one that isn't even remotely related to anybody in my family. But the thing is this, they may not belong to my family, but they belong to somebody's family. And I thought, what a shame that these Bibles are out here and they're not with their proper families. So I set out to do something about it. And what that is I would go into each of these Bibles and post it on eBay, and I would transcribe the names and dates of everybody in those Bibles. And I would take those names and dates and match them on family trees, on Ancestry, with the names and dates of those trees. And when I made a match with a Bible, with a tree, I would then contact the owner of those family trees and tell them, your family Bible is here if you want it. This is a hobby that pays for all its work, doesn't pay a penny. But the reward is enormous. The heartfelt responses that I get from people is worth, it's just something, nothing you could put a price on. I've done this in relative anonymity for the last 5 years, and I've been happy to do that kind of under the radar, but that changed last May when I lost my job at the Tribune. As a result of that, I posted my resume on LinkedIn, which led to one of my former colleagues looking at my resume, going all the way to the bottom. Why she went all that far on my resume, I have no idea, but she did. But there was a note on there about the Bibles and what I was doing with them, and it piqued her interest enough that she called me and said, Andy, can I do a story on this? Okay. And so she came over and interviewed me and wrote a story which appeared in the Lutz paper in the middle of July. Front page, it had to be a slow news day, I'm guessing. And from there, that night, I got a call from a reporter at Bay News 9. She had read the story in the Lutz paper and wanted to know if she could do a story. Okay, and so she came over and with a photographer, videographer, and ended up doing a story on Bay News 9, which led to a call from Fox 13. They wanted to do the story. And then Bay News 9 called back and they wanted to do the story, and it was all fun. It was kind of my 15 minutes of fame. But the most rewarding part out of all of that coverage that I was getting was that people started contacting me from around town that had seen the story. They had Bibles that they had found that didn't belong to their family, and they wanted to find a home for them. One of those people was a woman in St. Petersburg. She'd been down to a flea market in Bradenton many years ago, and she found this old ratty Bible. It was in horrible shape. It was split in two and collecting dust and cobwebs on it and everything. And it was in such bad shape that the guy said, just take it. And so she took it home and she cleaned it up. And she treasured that Bible as if it had come from her own family. She loved this Bible. But then she saw the story of what I was doing with my Bibles, and she said, here's a chance to return this Bible to the family it belongs to. So she asked for my help. A week before Christmas, I took that Bible, I put it in a box, I mailed it to a man in Maryland. The Bible had belonged to his great-great-grandparents. It was the best Christmas present he ever got. Which brings us back to the original question. Andy, what is your favorite Bible story? My favorite Bible story is crucifixion. The reason is because it's about forgiveness. And tonight I would ask my evaluator, please remember forgiveness and mercy.